The Home Doctor, Practical Medicine for Every Household. Why should every household buy this book and keep it close at hand? It is an indispensable book in every home. Inexpensive, great value, it can save your family's priceless life. Home Doctor Book of Dr. M is a unique guide for the layman that you can use when help is not on the way or to manage common ailments that don't require seeing a doctor. Let me show you just some of the things you'll find inside the Home Doctor. Let's dive a little inside the book to get a quick and simple idea of its precious contents. Inside this massive 304 pages physical book you will discover the DIY medical procedures and vital medical supplies you need to have on hand to take care of common health problems and emergencies at home while waiting for an ambulance to arrive or in the next crisis when doctors and medicines may be hard to come by. I will show you also in next videos how to buy the Home Doctor book from your country and its availability in different trusty stores around the world. The Home Doctor, Practical Medicine for Every Household, is a 304-page doctor-written and approved guide on how to manage most health situations when help is not on the way. Dr. Maybell Nieves, head surgeon of the Unit of Breast Pathology and general surgeon at Caracas University Hospital in Venezuela, with over 10 years of experience in the operating room. She studied at the prestigious European Institute of Oncology in Milan, Italy. Dr. Maybell is known for developing new, ingenious methods of treating patients after Venezuela's economy collapsed and hospitals and pharmacies ran out of medicines, supplies, electricity and running water. The methods she developed and pioneered are now studied and applied in conflict zones all over the world. Many of these protocols and procedures do not require medical assistance as they are specifically designed to be self-applied. That makes them extremely valuable if the medical system cannot be depended on, like during long-term blackouts. If you want to find out how you can still manage in a situation like this, you must also look to Venezuela and learn the ingenious ways they developed to cope. All you have to do is look at Venezuela. No electricity. No running water. No law. No antibiotics. No painkillers. No anesthetics. No insulin or other important things. Many of these protocols and procedures do not require medical assistance as they are specifically designed to be self-applied. That makes them extremely valuable if the medical system cannot be depended on, like during long-term blackouts. You can find some of these methods in next videos. As you see them, you can easily understand why they are so useful and why every household and family should have them close by. She co-authored the book with Dr. Rodrigo Alterio and Claude Davis. This book is a unique guide for the layman that you can use when help is not on the way, or to manage common ailments that don't require seeing a doctor. Let me show and explain to you just some of the things you'll find inside the Home Doctor. 10 medical supplies you need to have in your house. These supplies are not expensive and should still be available, but they tend to run out fast. In case you haven't realized it yet, most of the medical supplies and pills we take for granted come from China and India. This supply chain is vulnerable and can be interrupted by something like an EMP. One of the 10 supplies you should have in advance is a painkiller called naproxen, which is over the counter and more powerful than others like ibuprofen for example. The biggest mistakes you can make. In a blackout. In Venezuela, electricity has turned into a rare and unpredictable commodity. They don't have it all the time, and blackouts have become a normal part of daily life. Inside the Home Doctor, you'll also learn about the biggest medical mistakes you can make in a blackout and what to do with important medications that require refrigeration, like insulin or Humira. How to recognize a heart attack, and what to do next. Look at its 4 distinctive symptoms. First, chest discomfort that feels like uncomfortable pressure, squeezing, fullness, and pain in the middle of your chest that lasts for more than a few minutes. The second symptom is discomfort or pain in one or both arms and your back, neck, jaw, or stomach. The third symptom is shortness of breath. The last thing you need to watch out for is breaking out in a cold sweat, nausea, and lightheadedness. These don't all come at once, but if you see even 1 or 2, it's time to call doctor. Another step you can take to improve your chances before the ambulance arrives is to chew on an aspirin and pour a vial of nitroglycerin under your tongue. But you need to have these two items at home beforehand. What happens when you take expired medications? Most medications you have in your medicine cabinet are good for years after their expiration dates. Which medication is safe to take after its expiration date and which ones are not? So, pay close attention to this chapter before you throw away your so-called expired medication. The only 4 antibiotics people should stockpile. Modern antibiotics are lifesavers. Without them, a simple cold can quickly turn into a deadly pneumonia. An infection in a small cut can become life-threatening. I've selected to stockpile 4 different antibiotics for just this reason. And I want to show you how you can do the same. Legally, without a prescription. They contain distinctive substances that act very differently. So while it could happen that you stumble upon a bacteria that is resistant to one of them, the chance it can withstand all 4 is very slim. Antibiotics will become priceless in times of need once they become scarce. Having these 4 at home for you and your family is at least as important as having food stockpiles. But under no circumstance should you take them without consulting a doctor. First, the best natural painkiller that grows in your own backyard. Another thing you'll discover is the best natural painkiller that probably grows in your own backyard. Another thing you'll discover is the best natural painkiller that probably grows in your own backyard. This is the pain-killing plant that many in Venezuela turned to after they couldn't find relief at the pharmacy anymore. An ingenious way to stockpile prescription medicines, including insulin. I'll also show you how to deal with shortages of medicines such as insulin, which some people need to take every day. A friend of mine from Texas found a workaround and is able to get all the insulin he needs daily and even extra to stockpile. His ingenious method is completely legal and safe. You could start using it immediately. Not only for insulin but also for some other medicines that are notoriously hard to stockpile. How to quickly recognize a stroke and the first thing you must do immediately afterward. When dealing with a stroke, time is of the essence, and every second counts. If you act quickly, most of the time your body can recover completely. Alternatively, many people end up partially paralyzed or worse. Inside the Home Doctor book, I'll show you the fastest way you can recognize it and the one thing you must do immediately to improve your chances. What happens if you take the wrong probiotics? I'll also show you the only probiotics you really need to keep in your medicine cabinet. Probiotics are microorganisms that live inside your gut and influence your metabolism and overall health. They can even trigger allergies. Their effects are so widespread that you don't want to have the wrong probiotics and risk messing up your gut flora. I personally know people who gained a lot of weight taking bad probiotics. In next videos I will show you how to get 1. A simple at-home method for the flu and other respiratory issues. 2. A step-by-step approach to deal with almost every skin injury and condition. 3. The unnoticed symptom that may point to an internal inflammation. And more from the Home Doctor book. To learn more and buy the book, click the links in description.